this little excursion to the bookstore was a result of ordering 2 of the same copy for the Book of Azrael. So I finished the Book of Azrael, absolutely loved it. I gave it a 4.75 stars. A lot of world building, a lot of character building, and it really picked up after, I would say, 70% of the way through the book, which can be a long wait, but it was so worth it. Cliffhanger in the end for anyone who's looking to start that book. So I picked up book 2 and book 3. I had ordered online. I ordered extra copy by accident, so I ended up taking it back. So book 2, The Throne of Broken Gods, will be the continuation of the Book of Azrael. Without giving it away, our main character Deanna is now on a revenge plot. So it went from, you know, trying to find the Book of Azrael with Liam, and of course the romance develops between the two. Liam is a god, he's the world ender, and he doesn't understand human emotion and feelings, and he doesn't understand, you know, what it means to love, and he slowly starts opening up to that and starts realizing that he does love her, and he just, you know, declares that he will go to the ends of the earth and defend her, protect her from her old master, Caden, trying everything to get her back. So, you know, something does happen towards the end of the book. So book 2 should pick up from there. We'll see. I am highly anticipating this. It is another 700 or just over 700 pages, so quite thick. I picked up 2 books for Valentine's from the Chapters Indigo promotion that was happening. I picked up Vow of Revenge by P. Rain. And this just says the Mafia Academy. First installment of the Mafia Academy series, a dark romance set at a boarding school for sons and daughters of the most powerful mafia lords, now with bonus content exclusive to the paperback edition. So I've never read this. I actually have never heard of it. And this looks like a special edition, and really the cover is what captivated me. It is dark romance. It's supposed to be spicy. So looking forward to that. And Depraved Devotion, Villains and Vices Book 1 by Morgan Bridges. My patience is stalking me and he's a psychopath. I know nothing about it other than it's supposed to be another dark romance. The cover, I think, is really beautiful. It's got this moth on the front, so that was very intriguing. Another short read. So looking forward to finishing these over the Valentine weekend. That should be a good read. And just to summarize some January reads, I had some ARCs through NetGALLEY that I got through and really enjoyed. I read The Vampires of Shanghai. I gave that 4.75 stars. It's a yes. Release date was January 2nd, and it's book 1. So I don't know how many books are slated for this series, if it's a duology or a trilogy or anything like that. It is ancient vampires, lots of political intrigue, and it's basically modern Shanghai run by mafia. Mina is the main character. She's escaping her master, Lian, who is very controlling and manipulative of her. And so the book opens up with Mina trying to book a flight to get out of Shanghai and escape the captive life that she is under. And picks up from there. It's very fast paced. Like I said, lots of political intrigue. It is fantastic. I highly, highly recommend Vampires of Shanghai. I then read Dreams That You Wish, a dark Cinderella retelling. That was released January the 6th. By Lady Kilroy, and I gave that 4 stars. So again, dark romance, Cinderella. If you love a great retelling, highly recommend that one. The Dynasty of the Divine by Adam Rowan. I gave this 3.5 stars. It's based on Greek mythology, Greek gods, very fast-paced. This was released January the 25th, and it's our main character, Julian, whose life is just full of misfortune. I mean, he dies in a fire making toast in his apartment, and, you know, wakes up in a different dimension or a different world, and it's all based on Greek gods, Greek mythology, and their world kind of falling apart. So it's a fantastic read. For me, it was a maybe. It's very entertaining. The plot is very intriguing. I just found that it was the pacing, it felt rushed. And a lot of it was, for me personally, being told a lot of what was happening and not so much of emotion between the characters, or, didn't feel so high stakes for me in that sense. But again, I still recommend it and may still be a great read for somebody who enjoys a little Greek mythology. I then read Pig Wife by Abbey Luck. I gave that 4 stars. Fantastic. So fun. It's a graphic novel. It's a horror coming of age psychological thriller. A young girl who finds herself trapped in a cave while she's visiting family estate that's passed away with her parents. And it goes from a claustrophobic type of feeling to captive type of situation as she finds herself alone. That was released January the 13th. It is a great palate cleanser. So if you're looking for something between maybe a heavy read or a long series, I highly, highly recommend it. The illustrations are so fun. I then read Pretty Vicious by Lexi Davis. This was released January the 13th, and it's book 1. This was 5 stars. This is dark romance, captive captor, enemies to lover trope. It has a very gothic element to it. It's just a creepy, eerie feeling within the book. It's definitely dark. It is academia, and it's very culty. If you like that type of a read, I highly, highly recommend that one. I then picked up something a little different. I picked up Astro Herbalism. That was released January 25th, and I gave it 5 stars. First of all, beautiful illustrations, but it is about herbs and plants. Brief history on what the plants are, where they came from, some of the ancient uses for the plants, and it ties in some astrological signs, zodiac, planetary alignment. So it aligns with a lot of birth chart elements. So you can literally pull your birth chart and go through, how these align with your houses in your birth chart. So if you're into that sort of thing, this may be a very interesting read for you. I do personally love it. I do quite a bit of shadow work in the winter seasons with my tarot and oracle cards. I may actually pick up a physical copy of this and purchase for myself. Very beautifully done. I then read The Perfect Catch. I gave this 4 stars. This is by Samantha Verant, and it was released January 27th. So it's a psychological thriller, gripping from page 1. And Lexi meets Christoph. They quickly commit to marriage when he proposes. And of course, it's a marriage built on secrets, and it gets twisty when there's a murder. So we're trying to find out who the murderer is and what's going on. So if you love a good psychological thriller, The Perfect Catch. I also read The Wife Before by Cheryl Brown. I gave it 4 stars as well. And it opens with Kara, who's in a car accident. She loses her husband and her son. So please do check for trigger warnings. This is a very emotional plot. She meets Jack. So it's told in both perspectives between Kara and Jack. And Jack moves in with his daughter, and they kind of bond over their trauma. They're both grieving. And from there, things just get wild when Jack's mother-in-law shows up at their door. So Kara's house. And it is grippy and twisty, and right from page 1, I was hooked with this. Like, I highly recommend. I then read Love at First Memory, and that's book 1. This is a manga graphic novel. So fun. I gave it 4 stars, and this is by Narumi Hizaki, I believe it's how you pronounce it. It's about Mia, the character who gets into an accident, and she is trying to piece together her life, really. She doesn't remember anything. She's got like an amnesia. And all these men start showing up in her life, and she has no idea who they are. One supposedly is a fiance, and they're completely, opposites, characters from each other. and it's just funny. It's fun. It's very light and a quick read. So another great palette cleanser. I really enjoyed that. Right now I'm finishing the Cherry Crush Flower Shop, which is being released just February the 10th. I'm just finishing it up. It is a second chance romance. I gave it 4 stars, and the Cherry Crush Flower Shop is by Harper Graham. Light read, Valentine's theme. This is book 3. There is a series that this belongs to. I have not read any of the other ones, but it can be read as a standalone. I also will be reading Sour Rot by Lily A. Grace, which is a gothic romance. It's going to be released February the 14th, so I do have that one to dive into. And I also have Her Realm of Light by Charlotte Slater. So that is also a dark romance. It's a Lord of the Dead and Lady of the Night type of romance. Scheduled to be released February the 24th. So this is another Greek mythology retelling. So looking forward to finishing these off for the month of February. January, February were huge months for book releases, and I did get a lot of reading done for January. So February, I'm just going to finish off, you know, a handful of books here, my Valentine reads, get through some of the Book of Azrael, and I did pick up a book nook. This is Row Life Book Nook. This is from Chapters Indigo, and it's just a little bookshop. So DIY kit. Looking forward to doing this. I did not realize that there's a light feature to this, so I'm very excited. So it does light up. It's just a little chair. It says Shakespeare. In a coffee shop. It looks like a corner with books, bookshelves, and stacked books. It says, "Welcome to my book corner." So that is a little project DIY that I will be sitting down, cozying up through the cold weather. If you've been following along and made it this far, thank you. Thanks for joining me. Of course, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.